Do you think you can become a Buddha on your own? The sutra says, think again.
At that time, the youth Sudhana journeyed southward until he reached the city of Gate of Wondrous Intention Flowers, where he met the youth born of virtue and the maiden possessing virtue. After reverently prostrating and circumambulating them, he stood before them with his palms joined and said,
O holy ones, I have already awakened the aspiration for the unexcelled, perfect enlightenment, yet I know not how a bodhisattva should learn the bodhisattva's deeds or practice the bodhisattva's path. Please explain these matters for me.
Noble one, the bodhisattva liberation we have realized is called dwelling in illusion. Having attained this liberation, we see that
all worlds exist like illusions, for they arise from causes and conditions. All realms of existence dwell in illusion, born from the mutual momentum of various interdependent origins. All sentient beings dwell in illusion, forged by karma and afflictions. The birth, aging, illness, death, sorrow, and suffering of all beings are also illusions, born of false discrimination.
Noble one, the true nature of illusion is inconceivable.
The two of us only comprehend this liberation of dwelling in illusion. As for the immense merits and practices of the great bodhisattvas who have deeply penetrated the infinite net of illusory phenomena, how could we possibly know or speak of them?
After the youth and the maiden spoke of their own liberation, through the inconceivable power of their wholesome roots, they caused Sudhana's body to become supple and radiant, and then told him,
Noble one, in the south there is a land called Seashore. Therein lies the garden of great magnificence, within which stands a magnificent pavilion named the Vairocana Adornment Treasury.
This pavilion is born from the karmic fruit of a bodhisattva's wholesome roots. It arises from a bodhisattva's power of mindfulness, vows, and spiritual attainments, as well as from merit and wisdom.
Bodhisattva Maitreya dwells there. He does so to gather and guide the people, maturing their wholesome roots, so that all sentient beings may achieve realization in whatever state they reside.
Go and ask him, how should a bodhisattva practice the bodhisattva's deeds? How should one cultivate the bodhisattva path? How should one learn the bodhisattva precepts? How should one purify the bodhisattva mind?
For Bodhisattva Maitreya has comprehended all bodhisattva practices and received the anointment of the wisdom nectar from all Tathagatas. He can moisten your wholesome roots and foster the growth of your bodhi mind.
Noble one, you must not cultivate merely a single wholesome deed or illuminate a single Dharma, and believe you have reached the ultimate. You must not practice with a limited mind.
Why is this? Because a bodhisattva should plant boundless wholesome roots, transform infinite sentient beings, sever immeasurable afflictions, and cross the endless ocean of birth and death. In short, one should universally practice all bodhisattva deeds, universally enter all eons, universally manifest in all places, universally purify all Buddha lands, and universally fulfill all vows.
Noble one, in seeking spiritual friends, you must never tire. In inquiring of spiritual friends, you must never fear the trouble. In drawing near to spiritual friends, you must never retreat.
Why? Because it is through spiritual friends that a bodhisattva can hear of all bodhisattva practices, accomplish all bodhisattva merits, and bring forth all great bodhisattva vows. Sustained by spiritual friends, a bodhisattva will not fall into evil realms. Embraced by spiritual friends, one will not regress from the great vehicle. Protected and minded by spiritual friends, one will never violate the bodhisattva precepts.
When attending upon a spiritual friend, you should awaken the following mindsets. Like the earth, bearing heavy burdens without fatigue, like a diamond, with a resolve firm and unbreakable.
Like a disciple, never contradicting any teachings. Like a filial child, gently complying with benevolent intentions. Like a boat or a bridge, helping sentient beings cross over while forgetting all toil.
Regard yourself as a patient. Regard the spiritual friend as a master physician. Regard the spoken Dharma as good medicine. And regard the practice as the curing of disease.
Regard yourself as a distant traveler. Regard the spiritual friend as a guide. Regard the Dharma as the correct path. And regard the Dharma as endless wealth. A spiritual friend nurtures wholesome roots, just as the snowy mountains grow various medicinal herbs. A spiritual friend is a vessel of the Buddha Dharma, just as the great ocean receives all rivers. A spiritual friend purifies the Bodhi mind, just as fierce fire refines pure gold. A spiritual friend illuminates the Dharma realm, just as the sun universally shines in all directions.
A spiritual friend is like a loving mother giving birth to the Buddha seed, like a loving father bestowing vast benefits, like a good doctor curing afflictions, and like a master mariner guiding you to the shore of wisdom.
In summary, the accomplishments of all bodhisattvas rely entirely upon the power of spiritual friends. The spiritual friend is the root of all things.
All Buddha Dharmas are born from, emerge through, grow by, and abide upon the spiritual friend. The spiritual friend is the cause, condition, and origin of all things. Hearing of the profoundly vast merits of spiritual friends, the youth Sudhana felt his heart leap with great joy, and he respectfully prostrated before the youth born of virtue and the maiden possessing virtue. He circumambulated them countless times, gazing upon them with deep reverence, and then took his leave, continuing his journey toward the south.
If you're seeking light, remember, it's never far away. It has always been within your heart. In the next chapter, we'll follow Sudhana to meet his next wise teacher.